Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading for the next 48 hours. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start off with love, Capricorn. I think this is a very good sign. I think the next 2 days are going to be extraordinary for you. Let's put that card into a little bit of context. All right, let's use our Dove and Serpent spread. We've got the Death card. We've got a 10 of Pentacles, a 9 of Cups, a 10 of Wands, and a 2 of Swords. Okay. Path of the Serpent, we see a 7 of Cups, a Hanged Man, a 4 of Cups, and a 3 of Cups. So our long-term trajectory is celebration, okay? Our short-term sort of, goal, the very near future is going to be a choice that needs to be made, okay? A choice for your very own happiness. A choice for your own abundance, okay? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here. Let's put Jimbo the Lizard King right there on top of that card. And even though we can do anything, we're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card might be, put your prediction in the comments right below the video. Now let's look around the room, because we see two major arcana cards, the Death card and the Hanged Man. Okay, we see a little bit of fire. We see water, 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 water. A lot of water. Even the Death card, Pisces, water. Hanged Man, pure water. We see a little fire, little air, little earth. That's it. This is a very watery couple of days. Very emotional. Very, very emotional. We start right now with the 2 of Cups. This is your current situation. It's where things stand right now. There's mutual affection. There's reciprocity. There is emotional resonance. The mood is warm and connected and open, right? It's beautiful. And this is your ability to build trust, to build that bond through your honesty. Okay? Show your person your real self right now. Okay, relationships are going to, if you're in a relationship, be yourself, be real, express your affection. If you're not in a relationship but you want one, you've got to go out there, you've got to be yourself. You've got to choose to trust people, okay? You have to exchange energy. There's a bond in your life that's deepening. If you're dating anybody right now, there's the chance for a real commitment. This could be an energy that is collaborative. It's a partnership. It could be a business thing. It could be money. It could be creativity. Okay, it could be like a co-creator, collaborator kind of brainstorm with someone. Don't sacrifice yourself just to please someone else. Okay? Any kind of emotional closeness has to be grounded in sincerity. Let that sink in. Now, Death card. Okay? Death card is all about clearing away. something that doesn't need to be in our life anymore. So what do you have to make room for? Or I mean, we're making room for that Two of Cups. What do you have to clear away in order to make room for that Two of Cups? Okay, this is what we're making room for. This card's about release. It's endings, it's transformation. This is something that is going to either help you or stand in your way. This is a cleansing, transitional energy. You have to let a particular chapter of your life go to make room for the Two of Cups. You have to say, this old thing is done. Let go of what's not here anymore, you know? Let go of whatever you're clinging to from the past that's preventing you from getting this kind of love. Now, this doesn't have to be romantic love. Put your pitchforks and put your torches away. This could be divine love, self-love, platonic love, romantic love, family love, creative love, right? This is a partnership of any kind. In order for this to really be established and to be real and be true and be strong and be deep, there's something you got to let go of. Clear your space. Okay? Donate stuff you don't need anymore. Delete stuff that's not necessary. Unsubscribe, detach, unfollow, block, right? Whatever you got to do. Clear your space. Stop giving money, energy, time, effort, space to anything that's no longer like helping you grow. Okay? Stop feeding like the dead things. Yeah. The ending of the cycle of emotional repetition. You're choosing differently. The two, right? Twos are all about choices. Choosing love. Choosing the intuition. The emotional choice and the intellectual choice. The head and the heart right now. Working together to choose something. You got to let go of the old stuff. Don't hold on to this out of nostalgia. A lighter, a more authentic, a deeper, a more meaningful celebration is out there, is very, very close. I think this is something that is going to happen in the next couple of days, 48 hours. I think you're going to be called upon to either choose love, choose the new thing, choose this, or to continue clinging to the old thing. Okay? Maybe this is finally the shedding of a skin, in a way. You know? Your best life is out there. I think you know what you want your life to look like. You have this 10 of Pentacles under the surface. And this card is really what's in your heart. This is your deeper feelings, the inner truth. This is what is at your emotional core. And this is wealth. This is support. This is family. This is long-term stability. You can choose to cling to the past path. You can choose to maybe stay with what you have had, or you can choose the temporary, the fleeting, the ephemeral, or you can choose something that's long-lasting. 10 of Pentacles, long-term stability, secure, stable, grounded energy. You can choose something that's going to be around for a long time, right? Not something that's going to be gone in an instant. So you're not clinging to comfort, okay? You are considering those long-term goals and wishes and hopes and dreams. Again, this is your deepest feeling, your deepest desires. This is what's really in your heart. You want something, you want to build something with somebody. Whether it's a business, a family, a relationship, a love, a creative project, a world. This is the best life that you want to build. You've got to choose this. This is what your heart really, really wants. Long-term goals, building that bit. You know, let's say if it's romantic, you want to build a long-term life with somebody. Okay? You want to build, let's say, generational wealth rather than just, immediate gratification. Okay. You want the deeper satisfaction. You want the meaning. You want, you want a particular, I feel like you've got a detailed vision of what you want your life to be. Don't sacrifice that just to please somebody else. Don't cling to something that may be familiar and comfortable at the expense of what your long-term goals really are. Okay, we need to update the plan a little bit. Now, the Nine of Cups in this background position is interesting because this is some unfinished business. This could be, recent past, lingering energy, what's still affecting you right now. Is there some sort of past happiness that you're clinging to? Okay. Was this some sort of comfort? Was this an easiness? Okay. Was this perhaps your ability to enjoy your life, but now it's sort of, it was interrupted. It's lingering, it's unfinished, It's the card of emotional fulfillment. And because it's in this position, I'm sort of wondering if, this was something that got put on hold. This was something that, a fulfillment or a life or a happiness that was never fully realized. Or it was a life that was very happy. Why is it in the past, and why is there the choice now? Are you choosing perhaps to return to this, to continue saying, I'm going to pursue my happiness? I feel like it's a wish that maybe has been not abandoned, I don't want to say abandoned, but put on hold. Okay. This could be even complacency, I guess. It could be the past that you're clinging to, that the Death card says we need to let go of, because there's love that's right here, that's real, that's possible for us moving forward. It's kind of like saying we can't go back to the past, but we can continue forward into the future, and we can build something new. Maybe this was a very happy time. Maybe this was a relationship that you remember from long ago. Okay, and it's in the past now. Okay, but it's something lingering. A past happiness that may be preventing you from really feeling what's here now in front of you. Of course, that Ten of Wands is part of this. This is kind of what's on your mind now, right? And to me, in this case, the Ten of Wands being an overwhelming energy, a heavy, kind of a burden, a lot of responsibilities. It may be that you feel still like a burden or responsibility to that past because you haven't let go of it yet. And for some of you, I'm almost wondering if there was for someone out there, someone close to you passed, someone that you really had a very significant relationship with, they passed, I want to say it was recent, okay? It feels recent. It may have been years ago, but it feels recent. And I think you still feel an obligation and a commitment to that person. And that Death card isn't saying that you need to forget about them, but that as long as you still allow this heavy weight to be on your shoulders, you're not going to experience the closeness or the deep connection with anybody else. And like we're not able to move forward. Okay. So this is a card that really says we need to let go of something. We need to put down this heavy weight. Relief and clarity, right? Once the load is lightened. And in a lot of ways, it could be that for some of you, your life is too full of so many commitments, so many responsibilities, that you're not really feeling like there's room for love. You know, how can this Two of Cups squeeze in between this fire and earth manifestation energy? You're too busy, you know, maybe this is career, too busy with career that there's not enough room for love to squeeze in there. You know, too busy with our ambitions, too busy with other responsibilities, building a life and creating a life, but we forgot that, hey, love needs to find a way in there somewhere. And maybe that's the death card saying, look, you need to make room for love. You can let go of a few things, make some room. Yeah. It's a decision that you have to make. No one can make it for you. Two of Swords in this future position. The immediate future is going to require a choice. And it may be that you feel kind of pressured with an ultimatum. You know, it could be that you know, we see that there is a dilemma before us. Okay, we're kind of now poised in our indecision, and what we need to do is make a decision. Maybe the decision is like, you know, do I love? Do I keep this relationship? Do I strengthen it? Do I engage with it? And do I cherish it? And do I reciprocate? And do I focus on it and give it the attention that it needs to grow it? Or do I either stay with the past? Or do I choose the other thing instead? Do I choose work, right? Instead of love or something like that. And not that you have to choose, not that you can only have one or the other. But that we might be feeling like, okay, if I take this, or if I accept this love, what am I sacrificing? You got the Hanged Man. So I feel like there's some energy in coming into your life right now that in the next 48 hours, it's like you either have to like say yes to it, or it's going to go away. I think that you're worried that if you say yes to it, that it's going to change your life too much. It's going to squeeze out too many other things. It's going to replace something that you love now, or that it's going to take away your attention from other things in your life that matter. Okay. And so it may feel like there's an ultimatum in front of you. I think everything's about to change. I think that this decision, I think your intuition is telling you that, yes, you need this in your life. That there are things you can let go of so you can make room for this. You deserve this. And I don't know if it's romance. I mean, it could be. But you deserve this in your life. But I feel like there's kind of this instinct in you to sacrifice it. I don't know exactly why that is. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, okay? And leave me a comment. Let me know which card on the path of the dove here seems to be resonating with you most. As your general energy, you have a Seven of Cups. Sometimes this is too many choices, okay? This is kind of like, this is your overall vibe or perception right now. And it could be that you're looking at just too many things. Emotional overwhelm, where it's just like, I'm going to say no to all of it. I can't decide, so it's just a no across the board. It's kind of a scattered energy in a way. And I think that what it requires is a choice. Pick one desire and commit to it. Yeah. Clarity is going to follow the commitment. It may be that what's going on here is that you are already experiencing some clarity that's saying, hey, you know what? I wasn't as happy as I thought I was. Very often the Seven of Cups masquerades as something very marvelous and beautiful and happy and healthy and nourishing. And maybe it's your intuition's kind of telling you that, well, something's missing. Maybe you thought this was happiness. You thought this was the oasis, but it's a swamp. Okay? And so it feels like you are recognizing that there is a choice that needs to be made. Because if this isn't as fulfilling a life as you thought it was, it's like you're kind of saying, okay, you know what? I'm choosing to focus on something more meaningful. Choosing to perhaps now focus on something that is reciprocating. With that Two of Cups, this doesn't have to be romantic love. This is a reciprocating relationship with a person, a place, a thing, an idea, a path, a purpose. And that Nine of Cups may be saying like, hey, you know what, I'm realizing that something might have been missing from this. And what we see on the sort of linear path here is that we have Jupiter in Pisces here, that you're living a life that is very happy. And that happiness is trying to expand. But in that expansion, you feel maybe a little overwhelmed because as your happiness expands, as your life expands, you're going to be attracted to new things, but that means that other things are going to be squeezed out. Just like we were saying that love is trying to squeeze in here, and the Death card is saying something's going to have to be pushed out. And I feel like that's a very challenging thing. It's kind of like when you love all of your friends equally, but there's only so many hours in the day. You kind of have to pick who you're going to hang out with. You love so many different genres of music, but you kind of got to pick what you're going to put on the radio today, or like, the books to read. It's like there's a limited number of hours in the day. And as your heart is expanding and your life is growing and you're living this happy life, again, Jupiter and Pisces, right? There's this expansive energy. And I think that it's starting to feel overwhelming, that there are too many wonderful possibilities out here in the world. And it's like, I'm gonna have to give something up. It's like we got both our hands full, but we see something else we really want. It's like, what am I willing to give up so that I can reach down and pick up that new thing? Yeah. Or do I not want to pick up, say, well, I like what I have, I don't want that new thing. It's kind of a good problem to have if we look at it that way, right? Life is so good that we're just feeling like it's getting too good that I can't choose, I only have so much room in my pockets for the good stuff. And then the Seven of Cups feels like we're overwhelmed. I almost feel a little queasy that there's just too many things to choose from. That I can't decide. Like a kid in a candy store. I don't know what to decide. And it starts to even cause some anxiety. And we end up just escaping, walking away, rather than facing the problem and trying to solve it. And I mean, it's a good problem to have. The problem of there are too many good things in life and I don't know which one to choose. But let's talk about the Hanged Man. This is outside influences, people, conditions, people, places, things, right? It's your relationship with the environment. And it may be that there is someone or something that's giving you a bit of an ultimatum. It may be somebody out there is asking you to let go of something else if you want to choose them. That they're kind of like saying, look, I want to be in a relationship with you, but if we're going to make this work, I need you to let go of something, right? And maybe they don't have a right to say that to you. But I feel like something in your world is asking you to to give something up or surrender something. And that feels like an ultimatum. Okay? That feels like it's kind of like it's unfair, maybe. Okay? The Hanged Man is about wanting control when we don't have it. It's like we want our cake and we want to eat it too. We can't. So the universe is telling us we can't have it both ways. So which way are we gonna, which way are we gonna have it? We need that clarity. We need to see the different perspectives, but we need to make a choice. And maybe this is a choice of a new job. Maybe it's kind of like there's this, you have a perfectly good job now. Somebody just offered you a job for more money or different work environment, a different place, different town, and you're like, what do I do? You wait around too long, they're going to give it to somebody else. But you're kind of like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I take it, I got to leave the other job, but I like the other job. Now, if I don't take it and I stay with the old job, then I'll never get to see what could have been. This could be romance. It could be the romance of that new job. It could be you have a chance to move to Greece, right? It's like, well, I really like California, but I can move to Greece. It's what am I going to do? See, and when we look at it that way, it's a very good problem to have. But I can see how it's quite nerve-wracking because it is kind of like I can't live in two places at once. I can't have both of these jobs. I'm going to have to pick one. And your indecision is a decision. If you choose not to choose, that other job is going to walk away. That person is going to walk away. That creative collaboration, that person that wants to work with you, they're going to walk away. And if you just ignore it, they're going to walk away and they're not going to come back. Yeah. But I think the Four of Cups might be giving us a clue. Because the Four of Cups is kind of like this fear of boredom. It's kind of like this fear of like just having the same old thing over and over and over again to the point that we sort of have lost the connection with it. And that might be why the happy card here is in the background. It's sort of yesterday's energy. It's maybe saying that, look, if you're really honest with yourself, you might come to realize that you're not quite as happy with the current situation as you once were. Maybe it's a little bit more of this kind of bored, I'm a little bit detached from things right now. So it feels like there's part of you that really does want a change of scenery. Okay? But then we can kind of ask with the Four of Cups here, is this that kind of fear that it's like, well, if I choose the new thing, am I just doing it because I'm kind of bored with my life right now and I just want something exciting? Or do I really think that this new thing is going to be the long-term growth future that I want it, that I need it to be? Does that make sense? When you're on a path toward this long-term future, you're going to have days where you feel bored. Now, those days where you feel bored or unmotivated or disconnected or whatever, are you just immediately going to jump ship and just take the first thing that comes along? Let's say this is your marriage or your romantic relationship. You're in it for the long haul. Some days you're not going to feel all that connected. There's going to be some distance. You're just kind of frustrated with each other. The first thing you do, you're just going to say, I'm just going to go get somebody else real quick. First thing that comes along, you say, oh, that's the one I want. You wouldn't do that. So it really is a decision that is critical. It's like, am I doing this just because I'm bored, or am I considering this new option because it really does seem like it's going to be the best choice for my future? So you're in a very unenviable position right now with that choice. So right now, I think for the next 48 hours, you need to pause. You need to meditate on this. You need to pray on this, and figure out what your motivation, what your goals are, what your motivations are, and whether this new option really has the right potential for you, and if it really is an upgrade, or if it really is like maybe the path you've been on, it's kind of reached its end. We got the Death card, and I think this is very important. The path you've been on, maybe it's saying that, look, this happiness, this Nine of Cups happy path, this happy life that you've been living, this aspect of it has gotten as happy as it could be. And this feels like a natural progression into the next phase to keep this happiness expanding, right? The Death card basically says something's run its course, and it's just time to, it's like a relay race, it's like you're taking these commuter trains, and this train's taking you as far as it could. You got to step onto the other train and let that train take you. Maybe this job is you've gotten as far as you could. There's no room for any more growth, no room for any more success or happiness, no more room for any money. It's time to take the next logical step. Your heart feels the decision pressure. Your mind feels the decision pressure. I think the Death card is saying that you're not just jumping ship because you're bored. I think whatever this is, it's come to its natural conclusion. You've come as far as you could on that path. It's time to step onto the next boat and let it take you as far as it can take you, right? And that's how you keep this happiness growing and continuing. You're happy, 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 happy until, oh, you know what, I'm not happy anymore. Okay, well, maybe this is just the end of this particular line for this train. Because the Three of Cups there at the end is you continuing on that path of happiness. Happiness is a verb, it's a practice. Okay? It's something that we want for it to continue. It's not a destination, really, it's a path. And if this path isn't fulfilling to you anymore, you're considering the Two of Swords as like changing the tracks of the train. That switch on the train tracks? Going from one track to the other track. Are you going to make that switch? Okay. Maybe the Death card is saying this is the exact right next step for you. Three of Cups is your long-term destiny and future. And it is community, it is celebration, it is joy, it is uplifting, it is cheerful. Okay? It's you acknowledging your true, deep, sincere feelings and taking the right steps toward that fulfillment. Strengthening your romantic or platonic bonds, strengthening your connection with the work that you're doing or with your life or with your path or whatever this is. But this is you not escaping from your responsibilities or escaping from what your true path is just because, I got a little bored, I'm just looking for a little fun. No. Okay. You're looking for true fulfillment, long term. You're building a real future here. So you're making a deep decision based on sincere, thoughtful, intuition, not just, I'm bored, I want a little fun. Okay. Let's look at the mystery card. This might give us the answer. This is going to be the guide. This is the advice card. Okay. The higher wisdom, the spiritual message, and sort of how we stay in alignment with our true path. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments. Let's see. The High Priestess, of course. Follow your intuition. There is this choice before you, and I think that the only way to know the right answer is to pause. In other words, 48 hours. Give it 2 days. Sleep on it for a couple days before you make a decision. Don't act impulsively. Okay? Wait. Your intuition. Wait for the clarity. Okay? You're able to see the truth beneath the appearances. Okay? The definite answers will be revealed to you. You have to wait and watch and listen. That truth will come to you. Don't rush the decision. Okay? Trust what your heart's kind of telling you, though. But you have to really listen. So it's deep. It's not just surface level, oh yeah, let's go have some fun. It's a deep, deep yes or no. in your heart, then your mind. Your heart will know before your mind does. Pay attention to your dreams, your symbols, repeating numbers, things like this. Keep it to yourself for now. Don't invoke too many other opinions, because that's just going to cloud your judgment right now. You got to really just kind of wait for that clarity to arrive naturally. Don't force it. Don't ask anybody else their opinions. Don't ask everybody you know. You know, you ask 15 people, you'll get 16 different answers. That's not going to help you. The clarity is going to come from within. But you have to listen, give it 2 days, then decide. And we're going to do an extended reading, Capricorn. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram, we'll do some oracle cards, we'll clarify love and money, and we'll do the yes, no coin. There's a link in the corner, there's a link down below, new readings for Capricorn Tuesdays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.